up, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Campfire. Them guys are sitting there laughing because they didn't even know I threw an intro in there on
Yeah,
them.
No, we're like,
was
what?
blown away. I was like, wait,
That's
what is this?
pro.
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
Not much.
Ooh,
Oh,
cold day here.
cold day. Yes, it's a cold day here. All right. Well, in case you don't know me, and I don't know why you wouldn't know me because you're on my channel right now, but I am the Ham Radio Adventure guy, and these crazy guys here are going to join me. Oh, I hate YouTube, Mr. Mike and Pat. Uh, we're gonna answer questions for you guys and talk a little bit of ham radio or any other kind of nonsense we feel like talking about because that's just what we do here. Oh, so you guys had anything interesting going on?
A whole lot of shaking. Yeah, we're amidst a earthquake crisis here on the islands. I actually have something in the background here to show you. Yeah, that's this is the island where I live, Terceira Island. This is where I live. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's where I live. And in St. George, where all the red dots are, that's where the earthquakes are at, and we're monitoring VHF and just hoping it doesn't go too bad for us. But yeah, we're in a crisis mode. People are fleeing. I actually have my aunt and cousin and his kid from St. George here that they left their house to come here because it might hit the fan.
So earthquakes are typically caused when the Ham Radio Adventure guy does a Parks on the Air, and everybody in one location tries to contact him at one time, and this is called a pileup, which causes all kinds of chaos like earthquakes.
Could be right there.
Listen, I know some of my pileups are train wrecks, man. Like, I don't know. People, I feel like a school teacher sometimes. I try to let people slide on a lot of stuff. And I don't care. If somebody's saying 73 and I haven't said QRZ, I don't care if you start throwing out your calls. That don't bother me. But what bothers me is when I'm calling a specific station back and you continuously say your call 3 or 4 times over top of me. That gets on my last nerve. I'm like, please let the guy I'm calling talk and we can move through this. Like, I feel like I run some of the most efficient pileups there is. And I will get every last one of you, but my goodness, just have a little bit of decency.
Yeah. And then this whole weekend, the contest, I don't think it helped anyone. Yeah, let's not. Uh, we are not contesters.
I don't even. Well, I was telling you guys what I don't understand is how you can. It would be different if I were just calling CQ and nobody was calling me back, and you tried to get a number off of me. But when you sat and wait through a pile up for me to call you, and you've heard me, talk to 30 people before you, and I'm not giving them a contest number, why would I give you one? Crazy stuff.
Just give them a random number. 007.
69 420.
Now I'm not going to say that I haven't been in really bad locations before where and it was contest weekends and I just couldn't find a free spot that I didn't hunt contest people to get my activations, because I have. And I will randomly give you a number then, just because I'm in your world.
Whatever works, you got to do what you got to do.
But yeah, I guess they hate me later when I'm not really in their log. But
you are in their log. You're just not in their contest log.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. What's going on, Reed? I seen Evan out there in the chat. Hayden's out there. Man, if you guys have any questions or anything, or want to know anything about ham radio, we will try to massacre an answer for you. It may not be right, but we'll have an answer.
Between the three of us, we should give you a third of an answer.
The third of an answer.
1 out of 3 chance it's right.
I will tell you that Dr. Pepper makes you gain dB when doing pod activations. And all I can say is prove me wrong. Because I'll tell you what, there's several times I'm losing my voice. Last night, the weather's been so crazy, like warm, hot, warm, hot, warm, hot. And like my sinuses has been tore up. And after 6 parks, I was on that 7th activation. And people started saying, man, your voice don't sound too great. So I started drinking the Dr. Pepper to gain my dB back.
You know, the weather is like kind of the reason I made a mad rush to the National Mall today, because they're gonna basically all the trees are gonna start losing all the flowers when it becomes too cold. And tonight we're gonna get a really cold spell to get below freezing. So I wanted to get out there and I get some pictures and whatnot before all the flowers fell off the tree. And everyone else in DC wanted to as well. It's like, I was going to go there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I didn't end up getting there till 9, and the parking was almost completely packed all the way along Ohio Drive.
Yeah. The warm weather gets out the cuckoos.
It's cold weather.
I was going to say, it ain't warm weather right now. Like, not here.
Well, here it's
like, the last
not
2
bad
years,
day.
the last 2 years they haven't been able to do it because of COVID. So everyone's all like, "Oh, I can finally go and do it."
So, what you guys got coming up, ham radio related?
Hunting.
Hunting.
Oh, and plus I'm monitoring repeaters for the end of the world as we know it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Always gotta find out when you're gonna hear your last contact, right? Oh wait, the repeater's going out where? Oh, here. Okay.
No, actually, for us, we're so far away, we don't feel them at all. A lot of people have been feeling them in St. George Island, but here it's peaceful. You know, we're not that far away per se, like a 30-minute flight away. But hey, I went out for a steak dinner last night and a bottle of wine.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I recorded my activation today, so I'm gonna try to get that on. And I got some footage from the little ham fest that went on down the road, and might put that up. I mean, there wasn't too much going on there. Just
Is
kind
that the
of
one in? Hold on. Where was it at?
Northern Virginia. It was in Annandale.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, somebody sent me an email and said, "Are you going to the Ham Fest in Annandale, Virginia?" And I was like, "When is it?" They're like, "This weekend." And I look it up. I'm like, "No, that's like 6 hours." No.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just, kind of just a small little local ham fest.
local small ham fest are a whole lot of fun. I am not going to drive. I'm not going to drive over 2.5 hours for one day.
But it was interesting. The one talk I did go and see, because it just happened to be like when I was there, was about home brewing. And I guess like almost all of the club that runs the show, have built like their own transceivers and are using it for like HF and whatnot. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
Now, if there was like a really sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
if there was a really good talk going on at one, I might drive a little further. But I'm not going over 2.5 hours just to look at the same old
Junk.
stuff you see at all the other ones.
Selling half-price Baofeng.
You know what? I did get a Hacko soldering set for $60.
Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
was really happy about that.
Look pretty cool.
Yeah,
I-
those things
I actually-
retail like $110 on Amazon. So like
I quit using Hackos or anything like that. I have a Chinese soldering station that uses T12 bits, and that thing takes about 5 seconds to warm. No, I'm lying. Maybe 15 seconds to warm up. It's like instant on, and it was like $35 brand new. Chinese, man.
Yeah.
But
mean,
it
if I
uses-
can get a Hacko for $60, I'm getting a Hacko for
Yeah.
$60.
Yeah, true. But I'm very happy with mine. It uses T12 Hacko bits, so
Yeah, no, I was pretty happy with it. I was trying to get a CW paddle, like something on the cheap, and the one guy who had one on the cheap was like an MFJ. He didn't take card, and I didn't have cash.
Dude, I would suggest if you're going to get a cheap one, get you let me take the cord out of it. Get you a CW Morse. They're not expensive, and this this paddle works really, really well. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, I got
this
a
one
$20
was made by a friend of mine.
Yeah, or you got a 3D printer, make one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This was made by an old man many years ago, passed away, and it was given to me. It's do it yourself.
Yeah, well, I want like a kind of.
You want a
professional
proper one.
Yeah, so I can actually learn how to do it. Like once I'm comfortable with it, then I'll probably go into the realm of making one myself, and so that way it's like, I can mess with it, so I know how it's supposed to work. Put it that way.
And speaking of making stuff, I didn't make this, but I did get an interesting thing in the mail. I actually talked about this on either my live stream or maybe our live stream last week, and I mispronounced somebody's name. So now when he calls me, he is now the man with no name. But he always breaks my pileups on QRP using QRP, which is pretty amazing because, like, the beginning of my pileups are absolutely brutal. I mean, that they're just like you kind of picture the English on this side and the Scottish on this side, and they all run toward the center for the big collide. That's kind of what I picture.
Freedom.
Yeah, and but he will break them on QRP, and he always says that he says you're a 5.9 on the Oreo. Well, he sent me. I'm sure the camera's not going to capture it well. I did take a good picture of it and put it on. But he sent me an Oreo. This is a in-fed half-wave antenna with my call sign and the state of West Virginia engraved in it. And I really look forward to taking this out and using it. And big shout out to Kilo Echo 8, Papa Tango X-Ray. And actually did Park to Park with him today. Really good guy. And I appreciate him sending me that antenna in the mail.
Nice, cool. Very cool. Very cool. I have I don't think I showed you the other day, but I got this one. Also, it's also from a friend, and it's QRP as well, and it's also the green is calling me. It's a hand-fed half-wave antenna with the full fittings and everything in a small little dinky package, ready to go. Except there's one problem. Anybody know what it is? I don't do QRP.
I don't do a lot of QRP, but I do QRP. So I will definitely check it out for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm
It doesn't
excited
mean
about
the radio doesn't go to 5 watts. It's just I've never run. I think if I run it at 5 watts, it's gonna go. What's going on?
Well, I did ask him. I was like, "What can this thing do?" He's like, "You'll be fine on 20 watts." So I said, "Okay," but I won't do 20. Like it annoys me. I have to do 10, so that way I'm really truly QRP. If I'm gonna do above 10, I'm gonna use like 80. I don't know why, but my radio is set on 83 watts. And people was like, "That's awful random number." I was like, "I don't even know how I got there. That's where it's at, and I don't have no problem. So why run 100 watts when I can run 83?"
It'll 83 or 100. You won't tell the difference, and it'll save up on battery.
That is
sure.
true. That is true.
Yeah. Like I said, I keep repeating, people don't listen. It's all about the antenna.
Yeah, and other than that, I'm kind of in the whole make a million infrared half waves until I get the exact results that I want thing going, because I'm trying to prototype one, and I'm kind of making a lot of antennas and they're all working just fine, but they're not what I want yet. So until it's perfect.
I got to show you guys something. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I got to build my K6 ARK. I want to do that maybe live or something. I don't know. I plan on building a juice box with my kid.
Okay. This is what's after the last storm. This is what's left of my end-fed half wave. It totally broke. It's already dropping pieces off, and it's gone. The wind totally broke it apart. I need to build a better structure, but this was made to work at least 100 watts with three ferrites.
I mean, that would be like the perfect 3D printing project right there.
No, but it sits outside. It sits outside. Even if it was ABS, I don't think it would. This is at the top of my tower.
Well,
yeah.
What is that?
There are materials, though.
It's just ABS plastic.
Okay.
And it cracked. I need a better solution, a better box. But this is just what the electric store had, so I built it into that. It broke completely up, but it's salvageable. Hey, at least when they hit the ground, it didn't break the ferrites. So
you could just get one of those PVC transformer boxes. You know what I'm talking about, from the hardware store?
Yeah, but here it's limited. The most they sell are these plastic boxes that aren't worth it. Their weight. I mean, they're just.
That's awful huge for an end-fed half wave.
For yeah, it's not that bad. It's like they're these size,
Okay, what are they? 240s?
Yeah, FT 240-43. It handles the three of them can handle 100 watts minimum.
I was gonna say sure they can probably hold a lot more than 100 watts.
Yeah, but I used them. Yeah, I'm sure they can, but mostly I made them for 100 watts, but to make sure they don't run hot, because they will get hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say what Hayden was going to say. If you use like PETG or even PLA Plus with some UV paint, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, I could I do print mostly on PETG, but it would have to be thick walled to handle the antenna pulling on it, or just come up with a better way to attach it or something so it doesn't strain relief or something for sure.
You could probably just do like a 50% infill. You'd probably be fine.
Mm. It so for the past week, give or take, no, 4 days, 4 days. I'm out of anything but 10, 15, 20, 30, 12, and 17. Anything other than that was running off my end-fed half-wave.
Ouch.
My tower is 45 foot. 45 foot, which is 15 meters. So I think it's 45 foot tower.
I think 50 meters is 150 feet.
I really wanted to throw up a new antenna this weekend, and
I'll Google it.
this weather is just like, nah, I'm not going out there and playing with it. I mean, I'll go out and do POTUS, but I'm not going to go out there and stand in the cold and work on an antenna. It just wasn't happening.
50 foot tower. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say 50 meters. Holy shit.
No, 50 foot. 15 meters, 50 foot tower. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't do feet. I'm sorry, guys. It's either meters, centimeters.
And they don't do freedom units in the Azores.
That's why.
I kind of wish we use meters just because now that we're into ham radio and stuff. Like everything's measured pretty much in meters and stuff, and I'm like, crap.
I'll have to send you a proper tape measure.
I would probably just cut it up and make a Yagi out of it. So
it really screws us when this is really common on Thingiverse. When people post designs, they use like metric units, and like they'll even use like metric size like piping and that kind of stuff. So like you have to try to either convert it to US and see if you can find something that'll fit, because everything in US is imperial as far as piping goes, because half inch, 3/4 inch, and so forth. But that's kind of the only pain. If someone makes like an antenna thing, like, oh, I use 23 millimeter piping, it's like, well, I can't get that here.
Same thing happens to me when I see a design done by an American ham radio operator. Oh, it's 2.5 inches.
So Mike, I will say that I did 7 activations yesterday, and at least 4 of them was on like 7206 ish or something, and still no contact from you.
No, I can't work anything above 71.9999999. Actually,
I thought it was under 7212. Okay.
No, 7.2. So if I work 7195 with the bandwidth, I can't work 71.999 because my bandwidth will exceed 7.2. I have to work below 7.2, but it would actually be 7198. Depends SSB. What is the bandwidth? Like 3 kilohertz? Well, yeah.
Yeah, 197.
So I can't go above 7.2. Nobody can in Europe. Only U.S. and Canada. I think they're the only one because I'm Yaru Region 1. You guys, I think, are Region 2. So 2. So you guys can go above 7.2. Yaru Region 1, which is, I believe, the rest of the world, can't go above 7.2.
Yeah,
That's
for like us
the rules,
generals, that's between, we have 25 kilohertz to play with. That's about it. Because we can do 175 and up.
That's it?
Yeah, we do 175 to 300.
As a general, now I can go lower than that.
We just got. See, for instance. We just got, because you guys have FCC, right? We have, it's called Anacom, which is your FCC, but for Portugal. They just came out last week with, because we can work, for instance, 160 meters. It's from 1810 to 1850. I don't know if you guys are the same.
Man, I'm hardly ever on 60 meters. I'm gonna have to look now.
100, yeah, 160. So today, but they're saying that for special events like contests, like the King of Spain contest and other contests, you can go from 1,810 up to 2. So I don't know you guys if you go above 850, but we can go to above. We can go up to 2 on special events.
I mean, technically,
No,
that's not a bad
we
idea
can't.
from Eric.
We
Where we
can't. We can't
split.
go above 2. We can go from 1.8 to 2.
Oh, you guys can go to 2. Well, now on contests, which we all love, we can go above 1.85.
Okay, yeah.
1.85
No, we can.
to
We
1.
can.
Well,
We
to
can.
2. To actually 2. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go 1.8 to 2 anytime. Even the generals extras, it's all the same for 160.
Yeah. No, we can't. We just no way, Jose.
Eric has a decent idea though of doing split mode.
Well, we could, but why? Just go below 7.2.
Yeah, but it's super packed from 175 to 2 for that reason. It's super packed.
Well, because all of the rest of the world is there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But if I tune anything above 7.2, all I hear is AM. Like a lot of interference from the European side on AM because they'll transmit on AM, I guess.
I think our AM is higher in the band. I don't think it's that low.
Don't forget to buy Ham Radio Guy a coffee.
Yeah,
No, but it's
I wasn't going to mention it on our stream, but I figured I would drop the link in there. You wouldn't be buying me a coffee. You would be buying toward my wheel bearing. that is one thing. You know, I was really lucky on Saturday because I did get to go out and do 7 activations. But the only reason I got to go out and get that far from the house where my wheel bearing's going out is my niece. She messaged me. She's like, "I'm off today and I just want to go somewhere. I want to go somewhere far." I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "You can drive me and we'll go do radio." She's like, "Will it be far?" I said, "We'll go to another state." She said, "Okay." So my niece drove me around. I did 5 parks in Virginia and then 2 in West Virginia on the way home. So it was a good time. So
very cool.
five new to me parks, which is really good.
Nice.
That's been down in southwestern Virginia, huh?
Yes.
Were those new ones or previously activated ones?
No, they've been activated. They were just new to me.
Okay, awesome. So what is your count right now?
As far as new ones,
Mm-hmm.
well,
As far as totals, I guess.
as far as
total unique ones, I would say.
Total for all time or total for this year?
Okay, we can do all time and this year.
This year, when the logs hit from yesterday tonight, I'll be at 130 for this year. All time. Let's look.
Let's look. We're all going. Hey.
I don't really keep up with my all time numbers as much as I do for the year because that's what I'm focused on. Let's see here. We'll look though.
Eric says he's activating right now 1894 and watching us.
I broke 2000 for 2022. I have 2034 and my total
You still owe me a list, by the way, Mike.
I know. I'm at almost 2,500. Really? Damn.
I have activated 238 unique all time.
Nice.
And
Very nice.
that don't sound like a lot, but I'll tell you, it is a lot.
It is a lot.
For example, I've did 238 unique of all time, and there's only 128 in my state.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that tells you uh, my total activation count is at 573, and my total parks on the air QSOs of all time is 33,013.
Nice. Nice. I was happy that I got a few new operator to operator ones. Of course, Fran, Bean, and Justin, and Dirk. And of course, Bill, I'm over 100 and something.
Nice.
You're getting close to me now too.
Yeah, I'm very close. I can actually tell you. Wait. I
What?
can actually tell you right here on
It's
my
about
photo.
30.
45.
Hey, if I was on that
Oh, because of the multipliers, yeah.
if I was on that web page, would it tell me everybody that has operator with me?
It should. It should. Yeah, it
I'm gonna
should.
have to.
Not this page, but the software. Yeah, it should. It should.
I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I would love to know how many people has operated with me, because I normally get like 2 or 3 a week that'll send me a copy of their certificate in the mail. Really cool stuff.
But it should right there. Oh, you can't see it on the screen.
Here,
But
hold on.
you click.
I'll bring it up. Bring you up here. All right.
Yeah,
You
it
click.
doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't show. It
Okay.
doesn't show because it's. I don't know why. Because maybe it's not. Can you wait? Can you share? I'm gonna share my screen instead of share screen. Wait. Share screen. I have 2 monitors. I want to show you this one. Share. I think that should work. You should see it now.
All right.
If you let me show. There you go. Right there.
And
Can you see it now? Right there. Those are all my operator to operators. I have more for sure, but these are the ones I've worked today, and they pop up when I log them. It pops up, and
nice.
this is part of course of POTA extensions, POTA Plus extension that you can run on Chrome, and it gives you a bunch of new little cool stuffs like logging, automatic. I click on I click on a frequency, and my radio automatically goes to that frequency. I can from this page, from the POTA page. Let me bring it up. I can just click on any frequency here, and automatically it'll take me to that frequency, and then I can just hit QSL, fill in my RST from both sides, and hit spot and log, and automatically it sends it to my logging program, and it spots it on the page. Yep. That's pretty cool. I would advise. They changed the way I hunt everything. So it's real, guys. And it tells me right there, it tells me this is a new one for me. I've worked this park 6 times, for instance, right there. So it helps me keep tabs on how many parks I still need to go. What is it? 20 parks? 50?
Yeah,
25?
20 is repeat offender.
Yeah. So I'm missing 14 to be repeat offender on this one. But if I bring, let me check. If I bring all up, all, it should tell me a bunch more that I've worked. See here, this number right here is my operator to operator. So I've worked this guy 4 times. I've worked this park 2 times, and so forth, so on. Some will show, some won't. But the most important numbers I need are these these orange dots. Means it's an Atno for me. It's a brand new park for me. So that's what I look for.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And it's all right there at this POTA extension. and I can actually to help you guys out. Let me copy paste it, and I'll put it on the right there. Boom for all of you guys. No excuses.
There we go. Now I'm getting ready to start using it as well, and I will let you guys know how it helps for an activator as well, because I'm wanting to check it out. But
I for activation, I mean, it's good for you if you're doing park to parks, and you can tell if you've worked that park or not, if it's going to be a new one for you. But it's mostly for hunters. It is a massive accelerator, just like Kurt is saying on the chat. I've put him onto it, and it's an amazing for hunters. It's a game changer. It's because I can, without having to touch my VFO, I can click on one park. Okay, he's talking. He has a major pile up. Okay, let me change it to this one. Okay, he's QRZ. Okay, I hit him. I work him. I log him, and I change to another park. Just click of a mouse. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. I don't have to. Most of the time, I don't have to write anything. I just most of the time it's just RST 5559 whatever, and just enter next, and it's just I don't have to twiddle dum with the VFO. I just boom 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 boom. So it has a pretty cool feature where you have scan right up here. It says scan, and you can actually click scan, and your radio will jump between all the different parks to see if you can hear them.
alrighty. Toby has a question. She says, "Is that single sideband or FT8? Are you referring to is the software for? Because the software you can use it for any of it, but
Yeah.
or are you talking about Mike's specific operator awards, Toby?"
It should operator to operator doesn't matter if it's CW,
Right.
FT8, or
You can
SSV.
contact as a contact for that.
Yeah.
Any mode, any band in parks or multipliers.
Yep. You can work a park like the same day, same park. You can work them FT8, CW, SSB, and 1520. And if you work, for instance, 1520, CW, FT8, and SSB on all those, that's six P2P, right? Operator to operator, I mean.
Good deal. And some new people popping into chat. Shout out to Julie McKnight. She's popped in there. And I just mentioned Toby, and also seen the other Mike, my buddy KD2 SXD. Good to see you out there in the chat tonight, man. If anybody has any questions or anything, we're just shooting the breeze, and we'll answer any questions. Or matter of fact, if you guys want to pop on and say hi, I'll even drop the link real quick. We'll do that.
And
too.
Pat will take phone calls because he's got that phone right above him.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that thing works.
Do people know how to use those anymore?
We can drop Pat's personal number, and if you want to call him at 4:00 in the morning, and just randomly say stuff to him, that's fine too.
Actually, fun thing happened this weekend to me. To all Azorians, we are now, our local time is UTC.
Toby, that link I just dropped in the chat, that's the link to get in.
Now is it dark as crap in the morning? Is it dark in the morning now? At the time
it's the same thing. I mean, an hour really. But yeah, it is. No, actually, sunrise, because we went an hour ahead. So sunrise is earlier for us now. It's just sundown is 1 hour earlier.
I'm typically activating weekdays. I sleep in a little bit on weekends unless I'm doing, like yesterday, I did that rove. I was out really early. But I'm typically on weekdays. I'm in a park calling CQ by 8:00, That way I can get it in and get to work on time, because I typically run a 50 contact maximum on my weekday morning activations, just because I got to have enough time to get to work. So,
Mike asks for a pretty good question. Anyway, I can save my settings in the extension so I don't have to. Yeah. And even if you don't update once in a while, it goes poof. So you have to put your settings back in the app. It's a free app extension, and it's just it is what it is. You know, it's not a paid software. There you go, Aiden. It's not a paid product. It's done by a pretty cool cat. I keep forgetting his call sign, but he's very active on Slack. If you guys use Slack, there is actually a Slack channel called Proj dash Potoplus dash browser extension, and it's coded by Kilo 2 Delta Whiskey David, and he'll take input and try and take your suggestions. He's been working hard. When the app started, it was for only a few log programs. Now it'll do a bunch more. I personally use Log4OM, but he'll take, because he's been working like almost every week. He'll set up a new feature, and he's been very active, and it works.
okay. Hayden asked where he could get it, and I dropped a link in the chat. And I want to know what Eric's talking about. It says only 50, James. When I have to get up that game for the 1K24 challenge. What? Oh, okay. I know now. I get it. Yeah, that's yes. I only do 50 in the morning before I go to work. But when I'm in a park, normally I take every last call, and I've had 350-ish in an hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes in the evening. So yeah, I don't know about the 1K 24 hours. Right now I want to do it in 48 hours. I want to do a kilo in 48 hours. But, you know, if I think I could get it, yeah, I would go for it.
I'm sure you could. I mean, it's not that
you
bad.
Could do it here.
For sure.
I really think I could too, because between all the bands, and then I could do FT8 on all the bands. And what I'm really holding off for is to get a little bit better on CW, where I can do CW on some of the bands. And, you know, then, yeah, I think I can do it in 24. It's coming. It'll be coming.
You can do a camping trip out of it, and then.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I'll just
sure.
camp out for the weekend, and if I can do it in 24 hours, of course I'm going to do
close,
it.
Just close to a Starbucks, so you can get your juice on.
Just bring like 100.
I don't need Starbucks. I need Dr. Pepper.
Go.
Oh, I need Dr. Pepper, and of course, depending on how the contacts are rolling in, I might need some Monster Energy.
Put your FT8 on war criminal mode.
No, I refuse. Listen, and if you use that, that's on you. I don't care. There's no rule against it. But I myself have to at least, like, I mean, for example, yesterday I used FT8 in the park because I was eating some chips and cheese from a Mexican restaurant, and I used FT8, and I was able to eat and still run the computer and do this. And then today I did FT8 in the park so I could do the links and stuff for this show. So you don't got to run War Criminal. To me, people who run War Criminal are people who's not really at that radio.
Now, Hayden does come. Hayden has a pretty good idea. If you run it past the 24 hours, like if you run it before midnight and after midnight, people can work you twice. Oh,
yeah.
It wouldn't be in the 24 UTC hours, so it wouldn't be in a day. Wait, So it depends on what do you mean by 24 hours. In a
20
one day or 24 hours continuous?
24 hours is 24 hours. You know, if the challenge
True.
is 24 hours,
Yeah.
you could start it
Yeah.
any time you wanted.
True. 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 True.
But if the challenge was in a day, you'd have to start it at 000 UTC.
Yeah.
Which is probably what I would do.
No, I would give us the best benefit and advantage you can.
I mean, you're going to work me more than twice anyway. You're going to work me on all kinds of different bands. You're going to work me on different modes.
True. You have FT8, FT4.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course.
I was wondering, can you two? This was a question I don't know, and maybe you guys do, or maybe somebody in the chat does, but I don't know it. Can you do JS8 call on POTA?
Yeah.
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 Why shouldn't you?
Okay.
You can do any mode you want. You can do, man. You can do. Oh God, what is the name of that thing? Not Tor. What is Pactor? I mean, you can do anything as long as it's a contact, person to person contact. Yeah, it counts. I don't think there is in the rules any, as long as it's not repeater to repeater or like digital repeaters. You can do DMR if it's person to person. If it's simplex, as long as it's simplex, you can do anything you want.
Yeah, Hayden,
Or
that is something that I thought about too. If I
Vark,
was
yeah, you can
if I
do
was
Vark as well.
if I was
Varek, sorry.
if I was going for 24 hours, I would probably run 2 radios and 2 computers because I could be doing FT8 while I was doing sideband on the other radio.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
You
Now,
could
don't
use
forget.
the, QDX.
Do what?
Get a QDX. Get a QDX and run that. Just run 5 watts. You put that on a 12 amp hour battery and run it all day.
You can also, but don't forget, you might want to separate your antennas.
Oh
Pretty good.
yeah.
Or use a filter. Use a band filter. What is it?
Right.
Band pass filter.
Oh yeah, I know all about that separating the antenna or band filter. I've had my fun at field day for sure. It was quite funny, man, because like one guy, he had no clue that was going to happen, and like he set up his stuff, and I'm like, dude, that's not going to work. You're too close. That's not going to work. Oh, it'll be fine. He fires up his radio, and every time I hit mine, I just totally go through his. Like, told you.
Yeah. Although there is something called the stub filter, where if you use a piece of, I have the, you can look it up, stub filter. You can actually use a piece of coax, open and closed, and run it on a T, from your radio to your antenna on a T, and then you run a piece of, I think it's a quarter wave piece of RG213, and it'll work as a bandpass filter. They're called stub filters. A lot of contest stations use them as to separate the bands. They're a lot cheaper than a passband filter because those things are expensive. But
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna run like 2 radios at an activation, at least one for 20 and one for 40 if somebody else is using 40. Now, people have the wrong idea that passband filters like, oh, I can be on 20 FT8 and he can be on SSB. No, don't work that way. It's for bands. You have to work different bands. But inside each band, it doesn't have the width to separate voice from digital. So you have to run different bands with a passband filter.
Oh,
That's my nugget.
Pat, every now and then, when you turn your head a certain way, the phone above your head looks like there's a crow sitting on the top of your head. Okay, I was like, what is that? It's got a crow on top of his head. Oh, Mike's hiding his face because he's laughing at me right now.
No, no, no. Just no, 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 no. Just checking, and I'm also keeping a tab on them earthquakes.
Right. Oh, so anyway, any more questions in the chat? We're going to start wrapping this up here in a couple of minutes. We've been going about 50 minutes. We try to keep it around an hour.
Eric, yeah. No, I don't think it works that way, but because they're not that, you know, they'll still splatter and spread pretty bad. But it would be an interesting thing, but I think it would splatter too much because it's not that horizontal and that vertical that one will counteract the other. There's always lobes that will chase each other.
You know what? I mean, the solution is probably simple, just running basically 2 QRP.
Yeah, and keep the antennas at least I would say
Like a bandwidth
50
of band,
feet.
like a wavelength apart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wavelength apart. Yeah,
Well,
it's a
no,
matter of trying.
I mean, I would probably run the FT8 on QRP, but I would probably just stick with my radio running uh, regular wattage. I just have one antenna way out this way and one antenna way out that way,
Yeah,
and be
but
on.
but when you talk on SSB, it would kill your reception. I mean, different bands no, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it'd be different. It'd
definitely.
be different bands.
Yeah. They might. It might. Hey, you got to give it a try.
I mean, because like a field day, we wouldn't run bandpass filters, and we just had our antennas good and separate. Besides the one guy who stuck his close, and he just wasn't able to
He
do
did
it.
it once. That was it.
Uh, but other than that, we didn't have a big problem. 73, Kevin.
7-3.
Alrighty, I guess no more questions, so we will start the wrap up. Pat, what you got coming up on your channel?
Like I alluded to, the video of the activation today, and I did Operator of the Week yesterday with JQ3BLM. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's really interesting. And yeah, just Operator of the Week this week with KB6NU.
KB6NU. I'm drawing a blank on this one.
Give us a little rundown.
And Pat's not going to elaborate either. He just says, "You sure are." Okay. So we'll do our own research and find out who Pat's having on his show this week.
Once you see it, you'll like slap your head, be like, "Oh my gosh, it's him."
I probably will. He's probably in my log like 9,000 times or something stupid. But Mike, I know you probably don't have nothing coming on your show. Just hunting for you and work.
Hunting and work. Yeah, hopefully I can continue working the bands because it's the work, the job right now. I'm either working or in bed. So POTA has been not the back burner, but it's been hectic. It's been very hard. But yeah, I definitely need to get those numbers up. They've been pretty abysmal of late, but we'll see what we can do.
All right, T-Raid, link to their channel is in the description already. So if you want to go to their channels and stuff, make sure and do that. It's in the description. Make sure and subscribe to all 3 channels. Right now, we're going to keep this show going on, mine and Pat's, until Mike decides that he's going to start YouTubing a little more. So next week, it'll be on Pat's channel. This week for me, I've got my anniversary activation in queue right now. I've been working on it, getting it ready, and honestly, I don't even know who's on my live stream this week because I have not got it done yet. And here it is Sunday night, and I guess I'll be figuring that out while I'm out doing my late shift activation. I will be at Chief Logan in about an hour and 5 minutes. calling CQ, so you can catch me there. And other than that, I'll be on Wednesday night, and one day this week that anniversary photo will be out. I got a lot of stuff cooking, got a lot of trips coming up. April, not so much, but May is busy with Hamcation, or not Hamcation, Hamvention, and then got the Memorial Day weekend up in DC. I'm guessing that's still a go, Pat.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's still a go.
Okay, so April, I might try to cook up the West Virginia POTA meetup and see if I can get the interest for that now. We tried to get it going in the winter and it didn't happen, so might be doing that in April. And I also want to start doing just kind of a random POTA meetups for just different places. So something I'm working on. And working on the ultimate in-fed halfway. I won't rest until it's done. Other than that, we appreciate you guys. And you guys got anything else?
We're good. We're good.
All right. I'm going to drop this really cool intro one more time just for you guys that missed it. And just so Pat and Mike can enjoy it one more time, because I loved watching them laugh about it. And after that, we'll end the stream, guys. 73.
Nice.